Let's freaking go. Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited now to come to you right now, live, or not live, but right now following the Italy-Spain game. What a huge match of the day. My heart was beating out of my chest. About to have a mental breakdown. I apologize for the late video today. I've been out of town. I've been up since 2 a.m. I was in another state of 2 hours away, literally watching the Italy match on my drive back. Got back home, literally to finish up, and now I'm shooting this right now after the match to get you today's news. But more importantly, I don't know how much, and I'm not saying I don't care about the news, but what a hell of a match. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll tell you, here's the rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. We've got Sarri hits back at Juventus. Who cares what Sarri says? Italy's going to the final. Italy has a chance to win the Euro Cup. This is huge. I'm just pumped. Sorry guys, I'm just out of it. Anyway, next we got no talks for Pjanic's return. Who cares about Pjanic? We got Rovella with Genoa, and then we have the friendly game update of what's going on. We'll talk that. We'll talk about the Italy match a little bit, and then we'll get the news to you now. So stick with us, and here we go. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. It is Tuesday, July 6th, 2021. A huge Tuesday. Italy is going to the Euro 2020 final to play either the winner of Denmark or England. Our boy Chiesa played a huge part in scoring that first goal of the match. Should have been the game-winning match. And, putting Juventus on, on a high, our boy Freddy freaking Church Chiesa coming in, scoring the goal, and then who comes in and ruins it for us but Alvaro Morata. Happy for him to get his goal. Happy for him now. Wasn't too happy about it about an hour ago or so. I don't even know how long ago it was that he scored. It was heartbreaking. I'm also a pessimist by nature, so I wasn't excited. Was really nervous about what was going on with the, what was going to happen. I thought I was going to be in a pit of despair over here giving you the news. Glad I don't have to do that now. Let's just get into it. Let's wrap up these news. Let's update you what's going on, what's the latest we have. But regardless, Italy's going to the Euro 2020 final. Can't wait for Sunday. Let's go. All right. For Italy, when Italy going to the final, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel now. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, we're talking about our boy Sarri, Maurizio Sarri. I guess not our boy anymore. Honestly, not even our boy when he was here. I showered when I got here, so I'm still covered, drenched in sweat and whatever it is. Just, nerves, all that going on. So whatever. Anyway, here's what Maurizio Sarri had to say. First off, he said the Scudetto with Juventus was taken for granted externally, but also internally. We almost didn't celebrate. This fourth place was celebrated more. Again, I'll be honest. Seeing where Juventus landed this year and then what was going on last year, he played a role in the downturn of Juventus. Honestly, it's not his fault, though. He didn't have his players. He didn't have his system. He didn't have full commitment by Juventus. Regardless, the situation with Maurizio Sarri, he sheds a little bit more light on this. Let me just read through it first before I say anything else. He also said that it was a big mistake to decide to leave Chelsea to return to Italy at any cost. Again, shot at Juventus. He's former Napoli coach. I think about Napoli. I would say right now, I think Napoli is the Detroit of Italy. Not a fan of Napoli. If you're from Napoli, I apologize. Tell me it's wonderful. I'm sure there's places I missed. Maybe I just went through the bad areas when I visited there. And you have De Laurentiis in Napoli. That just makes me, not view the city highly. But let me know. Tell me I'm wrong. And I'd love to come back and see the city for all of its true beauty. And then he also says, in October, I had a meeting with the staff and asked whether we should continue on our way, risking being sent home in a month or make a few compromises to win the Scudetto and be sent off at the end of the year. We chose the last option. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't realize really where Sarri was with Juventus at the time. I didn't realize that really, they kind of had a compromise where they realized he wasn't going to be here regardless, which also makes me wonder, what about all those rumors when it came to Jorginho and all these other players? Was it because he was in first place and because he secured Scudetto that they thought maybe they changed their mind? I don't know. They talked about all these players that they could have brought in to Juventus, Jorginho, all those different little rumors, Palmieri, all that. Kind of a waste of time. Of course, I guess a lot of it is eating the trash regardless. But anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to Sarri? We have a couple more statements. He said, let me zoom in on this. I apologize. I don't have the best view when it comes to this where I'm sitting. It's in our graphics, actually, that I'm looking at. Okay. He said that managing Ronaldo is not easy. He's a multinational. I consider myself good at coaching and not at being a manager. If I had stayed at Juve, what would I have done with Ronaldo? What would I have done with Ronaldo? It depends on the needs of the club. If you have to save money, it's better to give up one than 6 players. If you don't have to do that, you have to build a team suitable for Ronaldo. So, I can't really argue with what Sarri's saying here. Yes, people come at me. I apologize. I need to respond to a couple more comments. It's been a while. I've been very busy lately. But basically, the situation with Ronaldo, can't really argue with him. It's kind of the same thing that Allegri'S saying, where it's one player. You need to allocate all these things to him to make it work out for him and the betterment of this player, or you go and work together as a team instead of having to get rid of 6 players. You're just just dealing with the one that is not currently working with the club. So again, let me know your argument. I understand what Ronaldo is. I think he is. I do think he is one of the greatest players to ever play the sport. I think he is the GOAT, but at the same time, it's just not working out. And Sarri saw the same thing. But of course, honestly, he saved Sarri's ass a couple times, or more than once last season. He's been less productive this season than he was the season prior. But yet he won the Bianconeri this season. Then he said, Dybala is a champion. I think Juventus have reached the point where they either believe in him or they sell him. Can't argue with him there. I think Dybala is a champion too. I think you got to invest in Dybala of any of the players that you currently have. Or not of any of the players you currently have. Sorry, that's incorrect. But I'd rather go, if you're picking between the two right now, that's where I lean. And they said, Chelsea or Juve, I had a lot of fun, especially at Napoli. We lost the Scudetto in the hotel, seeing certain things happen. Again, he's a Napoli guy. Way more love for Napoli than he will ever have for Juventus. He won the Scudetto with Juventus, so I do have to appreciate him. Yes, we were on that run regardless. So it's, maybe it seems more that you had to actually effort it to fail than you did to win it, however you want to take it. But still, he won it. While unfortunately we didn't get to it this year. So that's where I'll stick when it comes to Sarri and the whole situation with him. Anyway, let's just move on to other news for now. Okay. And then, like I said, we've got bigger things. I'm just pumped. I'm excited about everything with the Italian national team, with what we're doing, what's happening right now. That I don't want to just, simmer on Sarri and his stuff. He's at Lazio. Move on. Get over it. All right. Then we got a report from Fabrizio Romano saying no Pjanic. Juventus have not started any talks to sign Miralem Pjanic. Manuel Locatelli is still Juve's priority for the midfield. A new meeting is scheduled with Sassuolo. Again, I'm not a Pjanic guy. There's a couple points I want to talk about. This at the end, we'll talk about the national team. We'll run through that real quick. We've got, probably I say real quick, and then I bet this will be like a 15, 20-minute video. Anyway, Corriere dello Sport is saying that Locatelli wants Juventus. We know this. There's a competition from Arsenal, but the desire of the player will be the difference maker. Sooner rather than later, the deal with Juventus will be done. Again, putting your thoughts at ease, putting your minds at ease. If you're worried about Locatelli coming to Juventus, he's coming to Juventus. Don't worry about it. It's coming. He's just getting that deal done. And again, like I said, I'll talk about it in a minute. And then we got Gazzetta dello Sport. They're saying about Artur. Artur chose not to have surgery, hoping to resolve his injury with therapy. He now will take part in the preseason and test the pain. If it's still strong, a surgery will take place. He'll be out for at least 2 months. We were talking about this a little bit, members of Bianconeri Zone. Honestly, I'll say this. I'm pretty perturbed with Artur, with the situation of what he chose to go about. Instead of just deciding to have the damn surgery at the end of the season, get over that recovery during this time. Instead, he decides, let's take it easy. Let's see what happens. The latest update with this, him saying that he's hoping to resolve it and that he'll take part in the preseason to test the pain. I give him a little bit more leeway than I was yesterday, but still, it's ridiculous if you had this much time that you didn't focus on it and you didn't go ahead and get your damn surgery done so that way you'd be recovered in time instead of sitting in J Medical for 2 to how many more months, at the beginning of the season, basically taking, the new Khedira, I guess it could be. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just not happy with the situation. I don't like his decision making when it came to that. Then we'll move on. We've got Romeo Gresti with a report this morning, or depending where you are, saying that Rovella will spend his preseason with Genoa. Juventus are likely to send him there on loan, but a final decision will be taken in the next few weeks. That's actually some pretty big news, surprising news for me, because I wasn't under the impression, I've been talking about it for weeks, I feel like, saying that Rovella would be at Juventus, be at Continental and doing all that, and would be at the preseason, so that, Allegri could see him in person, because he wanted to see about using him in, the new Juventus lineup. That seems to be no, because, Romeo drops this bombshell on us where it looks like they're just going to leave him at Genoa, see how he does in the preseason there before deciding. But that sounds more and more likely that we won't be seeing Rovella play for Juventus anytime soon right now until, I guess, I don't know. I'm leaning toward, he's just going to end up back at Genoa, and he may not be one of those guys for the club. And then we move on. Some more positive kind of news. Sky Italia is reporting that Daniele Rugani is on Empoli's radar. The Tuscan club is dreaming of the return of the defender. So there's an option. He's at Empoli before. It's an option. I don't know. They probably want him more on loan, I believe, from what I heard, rather than purchasing him. Hopefully Juventus and them can come to a conclusion. I'd prefer it to be a sell. Like I said, his wages, what does he have? I think 3 more years on his contract. If they can go ahead and get that off the books now and not worry about it, of course, Empoli, how likely it is that. We'll see. He'd have to make some wage cuts if he actually wants to play and make sure that he's playing first team. We'll see what happens from there. Like I said, I know I'm running through these kind of quick. Again, I know a lot of you, it's late because you're in different parts of the world where it's way, 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 way later than it is here. I'm literally midday. The match, started at 3 o'clock during the workday here. Anyway, and then finally, Galani, Monza, the Monza CEO is stating that we just have to make it official. But on the 31st of July, there will be a friendly between Monza and Juventus. When I hear about Monza, the one thing that gets to me is why couldn't why couldn't it have been? Well, yeah, why couldn't it have been last year? You know why? I don't know if I've talked about this really on here. I think I've mentioned it at least once or twice before, but if I haven't, I'm mentioning it now. I have a soft spot, and my love is I'm not very quiet about it. I don't hide it. I'm not ashamed of it at all. For Mario Balotelli, and I love when I saw him. I get the chance to see him play against Juventus for Brescia. It's unfortunate. Obviously, he has, destroyed his own career, and everything is his fault. But at the same time, some of my greatest memories with the Italian national team outside of 2006 involved Balotelli while I was in college and stuff like that in 2012, and during all those runs, during the Euro run then. Anyway, I was just hoping to see a chance for him, and here's my hot take. I'll throw this out there. You can roast me, whatever you want to say. Tell me I'm an idiot. My hot take is this: if we're looking for an extra striker, I know he looks like he's going to Turkey now. But if we're looking for that striker, that number 9 that we want to add, I would take Balotelli. I still would today. I don't care. You'll never convince me otherwise. I understand, him as an individual and him as a professional don't add up to this, but just the pure talent that he has as a player, I would love to have ever seen him in a Juventus jersey, and I would love to ever see him in an Azzurri uniform. You can't tell me right now that he's not better than that piss poor performance you saw from Ciro Immobile. I got to give Belotti credit. He scored that penalty today, but otherwise, Ciro Immobile and Belotti are just not adding up when it comes to our number 9, and I still believe that Balotelli is better than both of them. That's my opinion. Let me know how wrong I am. And then just want to talk about the game. I talked a little bit. I want to talk about the Azzurri, just how excited I was. Today is such a huge day, for the resurgence of Italy, what it means to me. The biggest part of how I'm a Juventus fan today comes from this shirt, comes from the Azzurri 2006, who led me here, thanks to Del Piero and Buffon and all that before them. It was special to see Chiesa score that goal. But then more than anything, the one thing I wanted to talk about, and not more than anything when I say this, something I wanted to bring up was I have to appreciate it, and I want to thank Roberto Mancini for holding back on his, not giving Locatelli all that playing time, so that way Sassuolo can keep trying to, bump that money up, or bump that price up to 50 or whatever it is euros that they're wanting to do. And he's dying to do it right now. Carnevale's sitting there probably pissed that he can't do it. Regardless, and that penalty miss doesn't help either. I'm just saying. But regardless, happy the way it worked out. Can't wait for Sunday. So excited for my Italian heritage to enjoy this and watch this. For all of you that get to enjoy this with other members, other Italians, and like I've seen the videos, and I'm so jealous of all of you around the world, especially you living in Italy, or if you live in like their neighborhoods in the United States. New York City obviously is high Italian population, Philadelphia, places like that, and then my friends that are in Ontario, in Toronto and all that are celebrating. I'm jealous of every single one of you. I wish I could enjoy what you're enjoying right now. I've actually been looking and searching, trying to like build an Italian American club here in Louisville, Kentucky, so that way we can like celebrate this. I have a few friends that are Italians who are fans of Inter and AC Milan, unfortunately. But otherwise than that, we don't have a lot here in Louisville, Kentucky. It's just not. It's more of a German population. A lot of people that came here. But enjoy today. Celebrate all night. I just can't wait till Sunday. We'll see you then. But I'll be back tomorrow to talk to you again. Anyway, that's all I really have for you today. Check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup of all things covering Juventus. Celebrate tonight. Enjoy tonight for what it is. Forza Juve, all that. Oh, actually, Forza Azzurri. And let me get down. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead just because I'm so excited. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to see get updated and get notifications as soon as the video drops. You get the latest news. You get to do all that. And we're about to start our live stream soon, so you can play a part in this and talk to us. I can't wait to have that communication with you instead of just talking to this freaking camera and talking to you later over keyboard. This will be way more fun coming up. Anyway, follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram, and follow me, Justin Sofro, on Twitter. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri, and Forza Azzurri.